If only you knew how bad things really are. Also, if you wish to skip ahead to a certain skin that might interest you, feel free to go ahead and look in the description. The option for that to skip ahead is right there and available to you. Right, let's proceed with the video. Alright then people, how you doing? So the roster rotated, I actually don't know. It was either midday London time or like 5 o'clock in the evening London time. I think it's the latter. Either way, these skins aren't selling too much. It's Valentine's. And I'll be honest with you, kind of wouldn't be surprised if we're getting a second week next week of Valentines. We'll talk more about that later on in this recording, but let's go ahead, look at these skins and quickly find out which of them are and are not abnormal. And I've already prepared it, so as you can look over to here, the Heart Collector backpack, that's abnormal. It's got the link nice and readily prepared. I can also confirm that we also have the Soulmate AK47, the lovely balloon cart fridge, the Teddy Love wooden door. We also have the Rose Petals. What? Seems we got another spelling mistake this week. So last week it was medieval sword, and this week it's Rose Petals. Oh, you cyclists, you're so lucky and in love. And then over to here we have the Love Bomb grenade. Yes, we got another grenade skin, and I'm happy to tell you they've fixed the skins. You can actually see them on third party. Third party. Anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 skins are abnormal. We can chase after next week. Cool. So, alright, cool. And that, of course, means that the other skins are not abnormal. They are only marketable when the roster rotates. Now, as we can see over here on micro522.com, which is linked in the description, in the accepted section, we can see the upvotes compared to downvotes. And I'm kind of surprised to see we actually had some skins here with negative upvotes compared to downvotes. And if I were to just quickly point this out, looking at the skins today, I have noticed that the majority of the people here haven't really had that many skins accepted in the past. So I kind of wouldn't be surprised if we get a second week of Valentine's next week with the usual suspects, the skin creators that frequently get a lot more skins accepted. Do I need to get this point across? Well, as we see over to here, congratulations to Nuke with their first ever skin accepted. Ideal has been around for a good few years with a decent amount of sales, so he's a bit of an anomaly compared to the rest of this, but Nullfut. He's had a few accepted skins over the past 3 years, quite literally 5. And then we see with Master Universe Kid, just 2. And then we have Pigeon with 1 first ever skin. Congratulations. Bed, he's only ever had 2, right? And then we have Mr. Michael, who again is a bit of an anomaly. He's had a few skins accepted over time, but not a ridiculous amount. And then we have Sodsender, same sort of thing, a decent amount, but that is 7 in total. And then we have Kit with 4. Technically speaking, 2 acceptances because, you know, clothing and armor. So, yeah, these people don't really get that many skins accepted. Point made and easily seen. So perhaps it was, giving a little love to those skin creators that don't get that many acceptances for this week, but next week, oh, okay, then we'll see the collection continuations and whatnot. And yeah, no collection continuations. And surprise, surprise, when you look at all the Valentine skins, of course, as I said, you can see all the upvotes and downvotes and whatnot. I thought initially that these skins didn't really have that many upvotes, but overall, on average, there's only a few of them that had, like, ridiculous upvotes. So you could sit there and question that, but overall, like, on average, it wasn't too ridiculous across the board anyway. So, and remember, there were 220 skins submitted. It was ridiculous. So 10 were accepted today. Wait, let me just quickly confirm that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 out of 220? So still 210 left. I'm pretty confident we'll be getting another one next week. All right, cool. Fair enough. Point made. All right, then. So, with that, we still need to jump in, take a look at all these skins, and, have a bit of a yapping session. So, shall we do a showcase? Shall we talk about all of them, discuss how they look and whatnot, and we can question whether they could be nice investments or not. But I'll be honest with you, being straightforward, technically speaking, Valentine's is a holiday, and, maybe people aren't going to want to have lovely pink skins with hearts all over them forever and ever. I mean, maybe, but it's not like it's like Christmas or Halloween or whatever. Being bright pink and goofies, you could do that whenever you want. It's perfectly fine. So, up to you. As a very serious individual, I'm just kind of pointing it out, okay? All right, cool. All right, let's begin then. Let's talk about those Rose Petals rugs. It's actually supposed to be petals, but there you go. Right, spelling. Come on now, face punch. Unbelievable. Anyway, we got a rug. It's got a lot of transparency. Someone's immediately jumped in and asked me, Hedge, is it pay to win? Is it pay to win? I mean, you could just look at the spiderweb rug. You know, that's a little bit cheaper, actually. $1.77. That was from a previous Halloween, if you can remember. But yeah, we've got quite a decent amount of rugs that already have transparency. We've got quite a decent amount of rugs that you can already see through. So if you're going to immediately sit there and say, pay to win, pay to win, pay to win, and, you know, it's been a good few hours, and that's only got 3,000 subscribers, the top-selling skin so far. That's a bit surprising. So, I'm just going to point out, if you're fully well aware of all the Valentine skins that were submitted, let me tell you, there are definitely some skins that probably would have printed money. I'm just going to point that out, all right? I'm sure you've seen my Rust Workshop bingo that I put out just a few days ago. Let me just tell you, probably immediately you might notice something that probably would have sold ridiculously. So, again, I feel like today might have been just like some love for those newer skin creators and whatnot. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, this rug, for what it is, it's a perfectly fine idea. Kind of surprised that Love Arrow or the Saint Marine, Ultramarine wasn't accepted. But hey, no, it's still a perfectly fine, perfectly befitting Valentine's idea that I'm going to showcase to you right now. So, oh, look at that, rose petals on the floor. Looking very nice, very cute. How romantic. Oh, yes, you can put them on the walls. You can treat them as a very nice decoration with those Lunar New Year wallpapers that we got quite recently. I mean, it might be something you can blend in ever so nice. Like, think of the lovely roleplay potential. And, of course, you might consider, what about pay to win? Well, I mean, it's there. You can see through it perfectly fine. You know, a couple of shots could go through that, and then it's down, it's gone. But maybe that's just enough for you to be protected, to spot who's shooting you from where. I mean, it's an option. Oh, look, you can see the pick in the background there. So I spotted him before he can spot me. But yeah, you've seen that, and you might be wondering, hey, does this happen to glow in the dark? No, it does not. So if that's a benefit to you, cool. All right, so point that out. Perfectly fine, cool looking rug. I do question if it's going to work out all right, but I don't think it's getting that many sales, and that definitely could work out not quite nicely. Yeah. So what are your thoughts? Feel free to comment below. I think it's a perfectly fine looking rug. As I said, perfectly befitting for Valentine's. It's just, I don't know if that's going to be good forever. But if it only ends up with like 10,000 subscribers by next week, I mean, okay, things might be a little bit different, but I think people will be appreciating it, and I can still see a lot of people making some very fun usage of it with like roleplay stuff. Like, you know, could make some very cool looking pathways with it and whatnot. I know the artists in the Art of Rust server are going to have fun with that, so I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, point made. It's fine for what it is, and if you like it, by all means, go ahead, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support that skin creator. It's his first ever skin to be accepted, but as an investment, we've got to wait it out. This right here is abnormal, so we can wait and, you know, chase after it next Wednesday. You know how the deal is, I'm sure by now. So, all right, cool. I think I've said more than enough about that. Shall we now talk about the next skin that has got the second most sales? And, well, I'm very happy to point out you can actually see it in third person now. Look at that. So if you saw my recent showcase of all the brand new Twitch drops, well, with that showcase, there was a grenade, and I was unfortunate. Well, I unfortunately couldn't show anybody what it looked like on third party, because before we had the February update, we couldn't see anything. It was still broken, but it has been fixed since then. So that's another thing to bring up. We already have a Twitch drop being given away right now. Mr. Potato Kai's grenade is currently available, but there's one special detail about this. It glows. Not sure if that's a benefit to you, but as you can clearly see, it does happen to glow quite nicely, and perhaps some people will be greatly appreciating it. Oh, yes. Now, maybe that might be helpful for you at night time if you're wanting to throw a grenade. Look, if someone's going to see you throw a grenade, I mean, oh, hey, someone just dropped near us. What was it? Oh, it's a grenade. You're not going to run away from it fast enough, are you? So, hey, it's cool, it's nice, and congratulations to Mr. Ideal. That is a perfectly fine-looking specimen. Right, let's go give that a good look. Nice and shiny. As I said, it glows ever so nicely. Look at that. Look at that. And, you know, let's just see. If I throw it, can I still see the glow? So I'm just going to throw this out over there. Goodbye. Ah, I've got a terrible throw. Sorry about that, I pressed right click instead. But you can see it go all the way over there. So let's just, there you go. Yeah, it retains its skin now. So cool. That's nice, and I'm sure a lot of people probably will be appreciating it. So just to point out, the Twitch drop that's currently available, that doesn't glow in the dark. This does though. And if you find the appeal of being able to see it at night time as you throw it away, yeah. And remember, don't right click. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't destroy the lights, did I? Oh, they're still on. Okay, perfect, perfect. Right, so what are your thoughts? Feel free to comment below. But let's just quickly hop out of here. So quite recently, yeah, you may recall for Christmas, we had a Christmas grenade. And it sold quite a lot. But, you know, that was after the shock of, oh my, wow, you know, it's the first grenade skin to be accepted after 7 years. Well, you know, it did quite a high number. A lot of people just assumed it was going to go up in price because of, you know, all of these ones have gone up in price ever so nicely. But they came out 7 years ago and there's a lot less people playing, so there's only so many of these in circulation. They have gone up in price because they're kind of vintage. A lot of people just assumed, oh, maybe we're not going to see another grenade skin in a very long time. Twitch drop, haha. Anyway, that's kind of suffered now. It's unfortunate. But technically speaking, it's a Christmas-themed skin, so, you know, it's out season. And we do always say this, once we go through the spring months, Christmas skins do tend to go down in price. They tend to drop off in value because it's out season, as I said. So maybe it might spring up and rise up in price towards next Christmas. We'll see. But point is, it's now half in price, okay? I need you to question this. How often are you actually skinning your grenades? Now, as I said, this glows in the dark. Maybe you might see the appeal of it. Maybe you might actively want to use skins now with it. I mean, just saying, but is it going to be enough? Is it going to be enough? I don't know, and I'm a bit concerned about that. But the grenade, it is abnormal, so we can chase after that. Now you're probably going to sit there and say, Hedge, you've already said this so many times. What on earth is an abnormal? Well, I'll quickly explain very quickly. So if you could please go over to my YouTube right now, you'll see the most recent video as the Ruskin Abnormal Barders for February 13, 2025. Consider giving this a good watch. Watch the first 5 minutes. You'll basically get a very quick understanding of how this all works. You can also skip ahead to the actual buy orders. See that chapter there, 32 minutes in, and you'll basically understand how this works. In short, with abnormal skins, they become marketable at an earlier set time that we're aware of, and basically just beforehand we can figure out prices to offer for them. When they appear in the market, we can race to put our barders down, and then afterwards we can see how many barders those skins have. We can see how high the price goes up to, and we'll have a very good idea in regards to whether those skins are actually going to retain their value or not. With last week's skins, evidently pretty much all the skins didn't look like they're going to retain their value for the foreseeable future. As of now, they seem all right. But give it another week, look again. So, yeah. Anyway, that right there, it's cool, it's nice. I do believe a lot of people will be appreciating it, but I'm sure you understand I'm still a fair bit cautious after what happened with that Christmas grenade. Also taking into consideration, we have the Twitch drop still, we have that grenade right there, Potato Kai. 2 hours of your time, you get it for absolutely free. Maybe people just much rather use that one instead, so awkward timing, awkward timing. Right then, shall we now talk about the furnace? Okay, so gear good at this. We got ourselves a Valentine's theme furnace. Got a lot of love letters at the base, very cool. Hearts all over, a couple flowers. Oh, how very nice, how very cute, how very lovely. But yeah, that's a perfectly fine, befitting design for Valentine's. It might be a little bit too goofy for the rest of the year. I mean, hey, if it stands out quite nicely at night time, perhaps people will appreciate. Perhaps people will enjoy it forever and ever. So it's a bright pink furnace. I could see probably, you know, some decent amount of people would like that. The interior, it's pink. People love pink, right? Lovestruck collection with my pink house, with my pink furnace, my pink deplorables. Oh. Right, anyway, so what are your thoughts? Do you want to dress up in pink? Do you want to have more pink deplorables, pink chairs, pink tables, pink everything? Well, I mean, probably. It would look cute. So, what are your thoughts? Do you like what you see here? Are you impressed? It's a perfectly fine design, as I've already said. But overall, is it going to be cherished and loved for, you know, the remainder of the year and forever? Well, we could look at some of these other furnaces that have come out in the past. So let's just quickly hop out of here. All right then. So furnaces. Technically speaking, as I said, the Valentine skins you could see as holiday skins, and well, look at that Lunar Snake furnace already down by a quarter of its price. And then you look at the Christmas one over here, down 52%. And then you look at the vast majority of furnaces that came out last year, and they're all down in price. Ultramarine Spartan established collection that people like, that's doing all right. And then we have the Polished Obsidian, which is a bit of a strange one. I still don't get why that's valuable. If anybody has a solid answer for that, I'd love to hear it, because I don't actually know. It just appears to be valuable for the sake of being valuable. And then the year before there, we had the Neon Vibes furnace, and scroll down a bit more, we have the Abyss furnace. Overall, For the past 2 or so years, oh, and then you got fireflies. Over the past 2 years, we've had quite a lot of Twitch drops, and we've already got 5 furnaces that are in the positive. 5 furnaces that have actually worked out as nice investments. And then, of course, you might notice that there's a lot of skins that are accepted. So, yeah, I'm a little bit concerned. Now, with its pink design, will it stand out? Well, I'm looking at all the other skins here. Well, you might sit there and say Blackberry's kind of pink with the purple out. You know what? Oh, look, then you got Neon Vibes. That's pink with some various other colours. I think the furnace actually might work out quite nicely. It's unique. It's interesting, but it's also abnormal. We should wait it out. Wait, are you abnormal? No, you're not. Oh, no. Oh, he's not. Oh, dear. Okay, that might be a bit of a problem. Selling for the standard $1.49 price for a deplorable. Okay, that's making me question things a little bit more now. I had to think about it. But, hey, like I said, I don't think these skins are going to sell ridiculously this week. It might be tame sales, and of course, when we look at this Wednesday night, maybe it might be perfectly fine to approach with a purchase or just a very strong barter. We shall see. But that's not going to be marketable until the rust store's rotated next week, so... yeah. By all means, if you like the skin, you go ahead and buy it for yourself. You treat yourself. It's a lovely looking skin. But if you're looking at it as a potential investment, you've got to wait until Wednesday, look at the sales, then make a decision. And again, I will now ask you, would you like to have a pink furnace in your base? Let's see what other people think. And yeah, it'd be very nice if you can sit there and state your own opinions, and then other people can notice and then make decisions based on that. Sounds good? Cool. Shall we now talk about the backpack? Yes, after about, 2 weeks without a backpack in a rust store, we have a backpack in a rust store. Yippee! But I got to sit here and say I'm very surprised to see it as this one. Don't want to sound mean, but when I saw this, it was kind of overshadowed by the Lovestruck backpack and the Kawaii backpack. Now, that was purely based on, one of them was a collection continuation. And this one right here, it was kind of overshadowed by the Kawaii backpack based on interest, especially with the people that took part in my bingo on my server, and then like upvotes compared to downvotes and whatnot. But overall, it's here, it's accepted, it's bright, it's pink, and it's got a pink hazmat guy. So in the future, Face Punch, for Valentines 2026, I expect to see a pink hazmat being sold. You know, you could get the proceeds to charity or whatever. Come on now, it's awesome. Like, it's not like anyone's going to use it for camouflage. Okay, point made. Anyway, backpacks. How many have we had so far? Well, ever since they first became marketable, we basically got a backpack with every single rust store. Like I said, for the first break, 2 weeks of no backpacks have happened, like, literally very recently. Of course, we also had a Twitch drop, so maybe that... But anyway, you might notice that every single backpack except the Desert Nomad is currently in the negative. Oh. Yeah, we have far too many in such a short amount of time. I put the warnings out. I told everybody, look, guys, they're selling too much. It's too ridiculous. How often are you going to use it? How many more interesting, cool-looking designs are we going to get in Twitch drops and whatnot? Well, there you go. This is the outcome. I gave you the warnings, and here we are. So this Heart Collector backpack, it's bright, it's pink, and it stands out very uniquely compared to all these other skins. So immediately I'm kind of like, well, you know what? Actually... maybe people would appreciate it. Maybe people will be liking this. So let's now go ahead and give it a good-looking game. Goodbye, furnace. Hello, bright and pink backpack. So there you go. You got the cute little hazmat guy. You got an arrow going through. Hearts, 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 and roses. Let's just pan around with the lighting a bit. Come on, sun, show it off. There we go. Lovely stuff. So, quite literally, for what it is... okay, yeah, that's cute, that's nice, that's very, very lovely. XOXO tag right there. Right, but could you see people using this just because they happen to like the design? Could you see people using it because it's just kind of funny? Maybe people will be using this with Lovestruck at the moment, pending we don't potentially see Lovestruck next week, maybe. We shall see. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Perfectly befitting for Valentine's, of course. It's just, I'm not sure if that's going to be fine forever. Alright, anyway, point made. So, yeah, maybe people will be liking it for the sheer silliness of wearing it in the forest and whatnot. But, so like I said, if you're liking it and you want it, you go buy it, you go treat yourself. That, I want to wait it out until next Wednesday. That is abnormal. We can wait until Wednesday and do barders and whatnot. It's just... so bright and pink. Alright, well, let's leave it at that. Let's now showcase the next skin. Okay, so next up we have the Soulmate AK47. Give that a good look. It's nice and shiny. Very, very interesting to see. Congratulations to Mr. Pigeon for his first ever skin to be accepted. This aim sight should be good for all environments. Give that a good look. Very nice, very cool. All right then. Nighttime look. Give that a good look. Yes. So I know I'm very well aware that there are a lot of very interesting bright pink AK-47s that are submitted for Valentines, but remember, face punch decides. But we could be seeing a second week next week. Could, maybe, possibly, don't know, but it would be a first, all right? But with what we've seen with Halloween last year and Christmas last year and Lunar New Year a couple of weeks ago, hey, they seem to be extending holiday events and making them last a bit longer. And considering all the submissions of the skins, it really wouldn't surprise me. It's not like they're struggling for options. Let's just put it that way. So, right then, let's go striker pose. Look nice and pretty. Off we go. All right then, so let's go give this a good look. Up close, it's a very nice design. Hearts, roses. It's beautiful. Yes, nighttime, go. Right, so again, what are your thoughts? $3. So I'm just going to have to be brutally honest with you, and I know I'm so sorry, but $3 for an AK usually leads to some sort of disaster. Now, of course, last week we had the Black Ops AK. Now, I did sit there and say black AKs with a nice, sleek, stylish design tend to work out very nicely. Yeah. But you might kind of look at it and say, well, hang on a minute, it's mostly white. Maybe you could treat that like a cheap comics alternative. Okay, maybe. It's not fully white, but it's definitely majority white. So, maybe. It's definitely a consideration. It's definitely a possible option. What are your thoughts in regards to that? But I am still going to be very sceptical, and by default, when it comes to AK-47s as investments, I take a step back. Now, if we could just give you a little bit more context. Right now, 4 AK-47s are being dropped as Twitch drops. Junin AK-47 is, that's got even more white on it. And it's got like a transparent aim sight. And it's given away for free. So I'm just going to point that out. But yeah, over the past, 2-3 weeks, 8 AK-47s have been given to us. Whether it's in Rust stores or given away for free as a Twitch drop. So yeah, it's kind of becoming a bit of a problem. Well, it already was a problem. We have far too many AK-47s in Rust, and what we're seeing currently in such a short amount of time is a bit ridiculous, all right? So I do worry for this. I do question it, and yes, it might be abnormal, which can be helpful. I still won't be surprised if it goes down in price in the future. Yeah. So let's just hop out of here very quickly. So, yeah, let's just quickly show this one more time. Take a look at all the AKs that came out last year and sold like $3 or $3.49, and you'll see for yourself that things don't always work out very nicely. So, of course, look at all the AKs so far this year. How many weeks have we had so far this year? 6. How many AKs have we had so far this year? 10. So, point made. Becoming a problem. But yeah, last year, $3 AK, Popstar. Oh, wow, you've gone down in price. You were fun. Oh, no. Well, there you go. Even the anime AK is starting to go down. As we scroll down a bit more, Shining Edge AK-47, 97 cents now. $3.97 now. And then we got the Commando AK. That started to drop off a fair bit. But again, as we said last week, Black AK, sleek, stylish design. That sold for a higher price, but it didn't go down as bad compared to others. We look at Speed Rage here, $2.92 now. Steampunk AK-47, $3.99. So Hellborn AK, doing a little bit better compared to others, but still went down in price. Bird of Luck AK, $3, $1 now. So yeah, pretty much all AKs that came out last year, they went down pretty badly, but only a standout few have done good, all right? So I worry for it, and I'm just going to be straightforward with you. So maybe a buy order is the best way to go about it as an investment. But if you like the skin, if you want to show some respect, some congratulations to a skin creator who got his first ever skin accepted, then yeah, you could go ahead and buy it. Support him. Right then. Points out that $1 is the cheapest they can possibly get right now. That's the price of metal. Literally can't be any cheaper. I mean, people are fully capable, Micro, of selling it for less. It wouldn't be smart, but they can sell for less if they try and want to. But that would be not very smart. So yes, keep on track what the price of metal is on the Steam market right now. So we could just quickly go to here. With the recent post-Christmas, price has risen up quite nicely. As you can see, it's currently selling for around $1. Yep, there you go. So perfect, nice, cool. But give it a while, it'll probably drop down again. It does routinely go up and down. So if we could just quickly show this off to you right here. There you go. So it's gone up at the moment. It'll go back down again. If you look at around, at the very end of October, this was selling for about 70 cents. but of course it rises. When there's a lot more people playing, there's a lot more demand to open loot boxes and whatnot, and people must supply, so metal must be grabbed. So yeah, be a little bit careful about that. I got 239 of 289 different AK skins. Trust me, you can't have too many AK skins. Well, you're different, you're crazy. That's a big difference, all right? But yeah, Mr. Micro is very wise to point that out. Keep an eye out with skins, but yeah, you're pretty much going to see all the AKs eventually go down to $1, unfortunately. The majority end up like that. So. But could that be special enough? We'll see. Right, so best of luck to you, Mr. Pigeon, and congratulations with your first ever skin accepted. Now let's talk about the lovely balloon cart. So I'm sure you've seen me yapping about this somewhat recently. In fact, I could go over to my YouTube because I did kind of make a video discussing this. We are aware that we're getting some sort of cooking update. Facepunch has been talking about it non-stop on the commits. So let's just quickly go over to here and type in justifications. Yep, what's all this about? Justifications? Well, the point is that it looks as if we're going to see an update to fridges where they're going to become more of a necessity rather than like a roleplay item. Let's elaborate. Food is expected to start rotting. And the only way you're going to be able to keep your food nice and fresh as well, to put it in a fridge, duh. So if you're going to need to use it more, there's more justification in potentially wanting to get skins. Ah, there you go. Now that makes sense. So it's kind of perfect timing for the, the balloon fridge right here to be accepted. Lovely balloon produced by Bed and Mr. Ronan. Congratulations. It's a very funky, silly design. Not 100% sure what it's in reference to. But it's like some sort of cart that sells like toys and whatnot, I think. We'll give it a proper look in a second, don't you worry. But yeah. A very fun, interesting, creative use of transparency, whatnot type of design. That's cool. But keep an eye out for fridges in general. When we potentially see this actual update come out in the future, they very likely will be being bought out, and they very likely will be, having their prices going up. The interest has already started to happen. Some of these fridges that came out quite a long time ago have already started to rise back up in price. Now, post-Christmas also happened. We should also point that out. Usually during January, most skins go up in price anyway because we had a ton of people playing. If I could just quickly hop over to here, we also had a lot of people playing last week for the, peak player count for February last week, 232,000. Rust keeps rising. It keeps improving. The amount of people, it just keeps on increasing. Over the past 3 years, it's just been non-stop rise. So, cool. Not going to complain. But, we might have even more people playing in the future. And there's only so many fridges to go around. So keep an eye on this, all right? It is currently not the most popular skin being sold, but it potentially might be the most interesting skin to keep an eye on. And it's also abnormal. A very useful thing, all right? Looking good. Thank you, Mr. BPKF. Thank you. So yeah, keep an eye on this and keep an eye on all the other fridges. As you can see, in total, we only have 17 now. Quite a decent amount of them are Twitch drops. But, yep, Frankenstein fridge in the positive. Frosty's fridge in the positive. Fridge from Hell has improved. It was down much worse, but it has improved there. And then, that's positive. So many of these fridges are doing very good. I wonder why. But you might see more Twitch drops from here and now as well. So be prepared for such a thing. But, yeah, skin creators, start considering making some cool-looking fridges. It's potentially at some point just around the corner. I don't expect the cooking update for March, but we'll talk more about that in a bit because some more interesting things have been mentioned about it. So yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit later. Feel free to look at the description if you want to skip ahead to that. Right then, so let's actually showcase this lovely balloon cart. All right. Wow, we're already prepared. Yes, give that a good look. A very nice, interesting design. Let's just zoom out a bit. Of course, with the lighting, you can see it reflects at the bottom quite nicely. Very cool. You can see that we have the transparency. You can see it from the sides. It also happens to glow on the sides as well. Total darkness, go. Yep, there you go. So it's very bright. It's very noticeable. It doesn't really look like a fridge, but it definitely looks like a fun little decoration you can put inside your base. So, Bed Ronan, you've done a perfectly fine design for what this is. Doesn't look like a fridge though, but hey, it got accepted today, so you must have done something correct. Anyway, yep. Face punch decides. This is something you're just going to have to learn about, right? But look, nice shine. It looks like they put a lovely bit of effort in. They've made it with love. Oh, yes. So, what are your thoughts? Do you like what you see? Are you going to buy one for yourself? Are you going to buy one for your loved one? Oh, how cute. So, yeah, okay. Cool. Nice. I'm sure a lot of people will be appreciating it. Shall now talk about the next skin. No Love Cap. So, I'm sure you've occasionally seen a cap skin every now and then, but that quite literally is just the case. You got a Twitch drop there, you got the zombie cap, you got the poker cap. Like, There's a fairly decent amount of them. We also have some evergreen skins. You get these occasionally as drops. But overall, yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing any new caps after this one. So then we'll have to question, well, how well do they usually work out as investments? Not too bad. I mean, that's been manipulated many times. So if you question it, yeah. That's kind of taken quite a long time to get back up in price. And then we had the taxi cap here and whatnot. Like, these worked out nicely. But it's mostly due to a sheer lack of new skins being accepted. Only 17 in total. But they're not exactly super expensive either. Let me just quickly look at this way. Your $9, that's just normal, right? What? Whoa, okay. Well, that certainly worked out well. But again, that's like a very older skin. This right here, I do believe it's currently being manipulated. And here, like, I would be surprised if this potentially becomes one of the highest selling cap skins ever. But these skins aren't exactly selling that much regardless anyway. So maybe it might work out all right. We shall see. It's a fairly straightforward look and design. Again, you might sit here and say, it's a white cap. I could use that potentially instead of the Arctic head wrap instead, if you want to. Still going to see most of your face. Oh, well. But anyway, it's a perfectly fine look and design, but it's a bit straightforward. I don't think everybody's going to instantly know you're actually wearing a skin. So, of course, let's just go give this a nice close-up view. There we go. No love. No love for anyone. I hate you all. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's nice to a point, but I don't like the message. I want to have love. All right, anyway. So, yeah, it's a bit straightforward. It's 99 cents. I don't really expect it to sell too ridiculously. We can leave it until Wednesday. If you want one for yourself, by all means, chase after it. It's only 99 cents. But, yeah, I don't think that'll be going up in price too ridiculously either. It's nice to have options. True, sure. It's just... it's there. You know, the most recent skin to be accepted in a Rust store was the zombie cap. At least it had like an actual zombie head, natural design to it. This is just like a funny sort of like little message, like something you'd have like a t-shirt or whatever. And I know people do appreciate things like that. It's just, is it even noticeable? Like, you're going to instantly see that when you're standing next to someone? Oh, well, it is what it is. So, funny, silly design. Shall we now go ahead and showcase the next skin? Where did all the lights go? Ah, there we go. Haha. You also might notice the cap doesn't glow in the dark. Neither does this wooden door. So, yes, congratulations, Mr. Sod Center. Lights on, please. We have a cute wooden door right here in front of us. Let's also check the other side as well. As you can see, got a cute little cloud. Can we move the sun all the way around just so we can see it just as well? Lovely stuff. A lovely looking skin. Wooden doors, though, as investments, oh, here we go. Yeah, I know. So, at the end of the day, if you happen to like the design, you go ahead, you go buy it, you go appreciate it. Obviously, during the process and the development of your base, at some point you will be using a wooden door. Would you like that? Would you love it? Well, there you go. You got a cute little teddy bear. That's nice. Very pretty. It's just, I don't expect this to retain its price, and I do expect it to drop down in price very quickly. It's very straightforward. I'm very sorry to say it in such a way, but we've been through this so many times. Rarely have I seen a wooden door ever go up in price, other than the one that was manipulated. So, shall we go ahead and just quickly take a look at them one more time? Let's go. Yeah, so this isn't the first time, of course. Let's go ahead, take a look at the wooden doors, and, well, what are we going to see? Not a lot of happiness, let me tell you that. Serpent-like Keeper wooden door. Lunar New Year skin that came out like a good 2 weeks ago. Cool look design, glow in the dark, down 40%. Yeah, so that happened. And then all the wooden doors from the previous year, down 44, down 67, down 60, down 62, down 42, down 68, down 11, and down 23. Yeah, that's not looking very good. Then you look at the previous year from here, down 41, down 57, down 44, down 67, down 30, down 48, down 34, down 63, down 22. Point made? Yep, okay. So we've got that point established. We've got it understood. Look, if you like the skin, go ahead, buy it for $2. Show some appreciation, and yeah, you'll be happy. You'll be in love. But if you're looking at that as an investment, I mean, it's abnormal. We can wait until next week and chase after it if you so wish, but that's going down to less than $1 like most wooden door skins. Very sorry to say, but it's like an inevitability. Yeah. So sorry. So, yeah. Right, that is everything that needs to be said about that. So let's go ahead and showcase the Lovesmith hoodie and pants. Kind of surprised to see this as accepted. There was a lot of interesting, strange-looking clothing and armor skins that were submitted, but this was picked over it. Now, I don't... Look, I can point this out because we can see it, but both these skins had a negative upvote to downvote ratio, and it really didn't have that much interest. But here we are. So I will talk more about all the other Valentine skins in a bit. But in terms of clothing and armor, there were interesting options. Got some burlap clothing there, some hide clothing. Of course, we've got the cap as well. It's just, yeah, maybe that worked out nicely because it was the only hoodie and pants that are submitted. Perhaps. I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. Right, so let's actually showcase these, and I'd love to hear your opinions. So, this did not get that much love. This did not get too much attention. But it's still the very first acceptance for Mr. Actually, no, it's the second, because he also had some clothing accepted last Halloween. So, I mean, at least you got something working out for you, good sir. Could this end up like the Halloween clothing? No. What's that? Well, we're probably not going to see a sequel for this until next year, are we? Oh, yeah. But are people going to be racing for it? Are they going to be chasing after it? I mean, I don't fully know what I'm looking at. I think it's like some sort of love robot. Okay. All right, now you've just got the joke, haven't you? You've finally got the joke, yep. I'm a love machine. Quite literally. Anyway, so, okay, there you go. That's nice. That's cool. Does it happen to glow? Let's find out. Well, of course, we've got the stage lights on, so turn those off. And these as well. Those ones as well. Okay, so no, this does not glow in the dark at all. So if you're worried about that, you know, that's nothing to be concerned about. But if this is just going to be like a pair of clothing that's not going to get a sequel for a very long time, I don't really expect much to work out for it, I'm sorry to say. Being very blunt, straightforward with you, yeah, it's just basically another metallic set with some hearts on it, and I don't think that's going to be enough for people. So, yeah, being very straightforward, being very brutally honest, yeah. Now, if you like it, by all means, go ahead, buy it, use it, support the skin creator. But, yeah. Right then, so that is basically everything with the skins. So let's just quickly hop out of here one more time. Well then, Lovesmith Clothing, we'll see what happens next. But I'm having doubts. So yeah, congratulations to Kit. You got a couple sets of clothing accepted so far. Keep up the good work, because over the course of the next year or so, you got to start making some sequels. Right, tier 2, tier 3, we'll wait and see. So at the very least, we can look forward to that. Cool. Right, so those aren't abnormal. You can only figure out what you want to do on Wednesday night and then make a decision there and then. Right, so we've already made this point. A lot of the skins that are accepted today were from people that don't really get that many skins accepted. Now, as I've already said, you take a look over to here with all the submissions. 220 skins were submitted. 10 of them were accepted today. They have more than enough to make another Valentine's roster. Just to remind you, Lunar New Year, which got 2 separate rosters, had 172 submissions, so just point that out. So do not be surprised if next week we get even more pink stuff. So, you might sit there and say, well, what's wrong, Hedge? Like, kind of making a bit of a fuss about this. I am just kind of surprised. Let me just put it that way. So, I made a big joke. Let me just go over to here real quickly and point this out. So, of course, I made my Rust Valentine's 2025 workshop skin bingo. Feel free to go ahead and give this a good watch. Only one skin from this video was accepted in today's roster. well, again, I'm very surprised as well. But the point I'm trying to get across is the amount of deployables was so ridiculous. I am so surprised to see only one door was accepted today. Only one door. Let me point this out. If I were to just quickly Control F and type in garage door, there are 42 submissions, but not one of them was accepted today. Now, if I were to just straight up type in door, I mean, 138. I mean, it says door, but okay, fair enough. But there's definitely 100 plus doors submitted. Only one was accepted. Now, earlier, I also made mention that if you looked at the accepted section in micro522.com, which is linked here below, you can see it for yourself. You can see an average. These skins here, they didn't get that many upvotes, but on average, a lot of the Valentine skins didn't really do so. But I can point out to you right now, 5 garage stores that did have more than upvotes than what these had. So let's go in game and, oh, as you can see, I have a door right next to me that happens to have a ridiculous amount of upvotes. A chair and table set that looks very cool. We also have some very nice looking collection continuations here today, but none of them were accepted. None of them. So here I am, hopping out of here. I'm going to quickly show some garage doors. They come in various different designs. Some of you may question some of it. That's fine, but there's options. That's the main point. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at these, because I wouldn't be surprised if you might see maybe at least one of them being accepted next week if we're going to have a second week of Valentine's. I can't pull it down. So let's move the sun around. Come on. Let's get you in position and let's yap about this. So as you can see, we've got some anime designs. They're all pretty much goofy. Nothing wrong with that. With holidays, there's an allowance to be silly. There's allowance to have fun. So let's now move from the right to the left. You've got a very cool, goofy-looking garage door there. Hey, he has a face mask on and a shirt. To do with rust, that's fine. But you also got like the Beanie Baby hazmat people and whatnot. I mean, that would be accepted next week. I'd like to see more of it for Easter, for Halloween, for Christmas. You potentially have a very good idea there, skin creators. Now over to here, we have a very strange but kind of cool looking pink design here. Quite punkish, I guess you could say. So that's also had quite a lot of upvotes. Over to here, this technically is a sequel to the sheep door that was accepted for Christmas. You may question, what does that have to do with rust? Shut up. What does that have to do with rust, huh? Well, yeah, it's fine for Valentines, and yeah, I mean, that's enough, isn't it? Okay, cool. Over to here, make love, not raid. I mean, sure, I'm not saying no, and I love the neon design. I love how that kind of senses the little bit there as well. So, yeah, that's a perfectly fine looking design. And then we have this garage door. With what I just said over there, can definitely apply to here. Nighttime, go. You can also see all of these skins happen to glow in the dark ever so nicely as well. So, yeah. There's options. There's very nice looking skins. All these garage doors also glow in the dark when they're rolled up as well. So, could we see any of them next week? Could we see any of these next week? Come on, Giorgio. Surely, Giorgio. We're going to have Giorgio. We're going to have sleeping bags to Giorgio, and we're going to have garage doors to Giorgio. We need it. Could we see that door right there? All right, that's the very questionable one. But that also has like 5,000 upvotes, a ridiculous amount. So unbelievable. Could we have the date night table? Don't you want to just sit down with your homies and have a lovely dinner together? I'm just saying. So, very nice, lovely looking designs, but none of them were accepted today. So I can't help but assume we're probably going to have a second week. We'll see what Face Punch decides, but that's it. They decide. Okay, point made. You can go back into your little cave. Right, let's now talk about those commits. So let's hop out of here. So I'll put an effort in to link this in the description. Go through all those skins. You know, you can clearly see which ones were accepted and which ones weren't. And feel free to comment below. What skins would you have selected for the Rust store today? What would you like to see for the next potential Valentine's Rust store? If it happens. No guarantees. By default, you should only assume it's going to be 1 week of Valentine's. But, you know. But, yeah, I mean, possibly. Maybe. So, yeah, I'd love to see more collection continuations. I'd love to see some of the skins that have got a lot of attention getting a say. And, you know, you may question some of these designs, but at least we've got variety. At least we've got options, and you can pick out the ones you prefer. So, go forth. Do it right now. I'd love to see it. Right, now let's actually talk about the commits. So, this week right now, it's Hack Week. And considering we just had the very big update, that was the primitive update. What are Face Punch going to focus on now? Well, I have a hunch, but let's just talk about Hack Week. So, with Hack Week, the devs are working on whatever they want. They all probably have an idea that they would like to see being added to Rust, and they'll work on it. And I guess they guess which ones they happen to like the most. And you know what? Guess what? Hack Week ideas usually turn into actual ideas. Who would have guessed? But anyway, you should keep an eye on the commits because a lot of very interesting things are being mentioned. And one of the interesting things here are someone's actually dedicated some time here, Mr. Jacob. He's actually looked at why the bear rugs are so strange. If you stand underneath the head, you get 100% comfort. But everywhere else you don't. So he's just had a look at that. And it might be the beginnings of some changes to comforts with deplorables, because he's like, well, hang on a minute, this doesn't seem to work properly. And it doesn't seem to work properly in all the other deplorables. So that might be getting a change, and that might be implemented potentially next month or the month after. But keep an eye out for this, because he's dedicated time to it, and he's already figured out some strange things with it. So maybe bear rugs get a little change. Maybe it's easier to get 100% comfort with them. Keep an eye out. Now over to here. Pogo stick? Well, I mean, I don't. Okay, look, listen. If they're going to open the door for very goofy ways to get around the map, what other ideas would you like to see? Stilts? I mean, well, actually, no, actually wouldn't be too bad of an idea. Can we get like one of those penny farthing bikes with the huge wheel? Hey, if we're going to be silly, we're going to go all in with it, all right? But a pogo stick, that has been worked on. I don't know how far that's going to go, but I can't help but assume a lot of people potentially might like it. If anything, if you could go really high with it, and I know in real life you can, you might be able to like climb up a base by jumping up very high on a pogo stick. Hey, if it's got a usage, people like it. People appreciate it. So that's been mentioned. Cool. What else has been mentioned? Right, jungle biome foliage. So we're fully well aware that they've been working on the jungle biome for like the past year or so. And what they are talking about here is, of course, when you generate a new map and whatnot, you'll have monuments all spread around. And of course, you might have dome and snow 1 month, and snow in the. It might be in the forest 1 month, might be the desert 1 month. But for the jungle, for all those already existing monuments, it seems Mr. Vincent's made a consideration, and he's put some overgrowth in all over it. Now, I'm not sure how thick it's going to be and whatnot, but it definitely makes sense. You know, if you're going to have like an abandoned style sort of monument in the jungle, to have some foliage all around, like certain parts and along the walls and whatnot, that's cool. That adds like that. Oh, it's like beautiful. An extra little bit of flavour to it. And yeah, I don't think anyone's going to complain about that. Now, it turns out, it seems like whilst he had the idea, he's also already doing it. Jungle foliage, it's already being sorted out. It's already being done. We're also seeing things like strangler fig wall decal textures and whatnot being worked on. So, okay, cool. So it looks to be like an expansion of something he was already working on. It's an idea, he's doing it, and he'll probably showcase it. And potentially in the future, it'll actually get added. So that's a cool thing to be aware of. Keep an eye on commits. You'll be, you'll be early to finding out new potential things. Canopy trees, trumpet trees, it's all there. Now over to here, gestures. So this has already been showcased by Mr. Patrick Mazzolo already on Twitter. So we're going to go ahead and showcase this right now. So if I go over to here, ta-da, it's already playing. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. So yeah, you good at that. Peace signs, heart signs, but no hugs. Where are my hugs? We need to have intractable hugs. Mr. Micro already commented and said that over on the Twitter. But yeah, why can't I hug people? I had this whole thing back with the Bonewall protest. You know, it's a struggle. Some people just want a good hug, right? No wonder people are so toxic and so angry and want to shoot on first sight. If someone opens their arms and gets close, of course people are going to want to hug some more. So I'm just saying it would be nice, but maybe interactable gestures might be a little bit too hard at the moment. For what we have here, it's fine. And the fact that they're working on more gestures does imply that at some point in the future we're probably going to see another gesture pack. Cool. Please add more dancing stuff, right? I want to do a head spin. Just saying. All right, then. So let's just hop out of here. So that's nice. You are aware, and that's just a few so far. I'm sure we'll be seeing some more eventually at some point in the future. Cool. Right. Now we also have Drawbridge. This was, I think a lot of people were wanting this, and they must have been listening. So, yeah, Drawbridges. So if we just had the primitive game mode, released, we need to have some more castle theme, like, doorways and whatnot. So if you aren't fully aware, drawbridges are the doors that go up and down. You have to like bring them in with like chains and whatnot. That's cool. That's nice. It might take a while for it to actually get somewhere, but it's Hack Week, you know. They're testing things out. They're making considerations. So not everything is a guarantee. Not everything is a definitive thing, but they're testing it out. They're questioning it. Sounds good? Cool. So that might be something we can look forward to in the future. Now over to here, Hack Week Swarms. So, of course, with the cooking update, there's also been mentions of bees. Farming bees, their hives, their honey, their honeycombs, you get the idea. So, apparently, you know how you can just roam around and a wolf might hear you or spot you and chase after you? Bee swarms! Yeah! So, the methods to get away from them, like jumping in water and whatnot, and, you know, that makes sense. Or throwing buckets of water at them or something. Interesting. But, yeah, you might just be just strolling along and a batch of bees spot you and chase after you. I mean, life can be cruel. So, okay, you know, not going to say no to that. That might be interesting. Maybe you might be able to catch them and add them to your beehive. And then we can see cooking. So, cooking update still being mentioned, still being worked on. Don't fully know to what extent it's going to, you know, we don't fully know how many items we can cook. As of now, there's a lot of mentions of pie. There was a mention of being able to make bread. That's as far as it goes as of now. That's from what we've seen. What type of pie can you make? Well, just mentioned there apple pie. I think we can get like a straightforward meat pie, maybe a fish pie. Maybe. Nothing was actually said for that, but I'd expect some sort of meat. Cool. So, cooking's interesting, but then we see the mentions of cooking coop. Yep. So we're going to need eggs. We're going to need to get chickens. Now, another thing that was mentioned, but I'll just say it here. They've mentioned chicken update. I wouldn't be surprised if we potentially get different types of chickens. Potentially. Again, theory crafting, fantasy, but it did mention chicken updates. So that might just refer to chickens laying eggs. Fair enough. But yeah, with a coop, it seems that if you can keep some chickens, keep them happy, they will consistently put out some eggs, lay some eggs every certain amount of time. I haven't seen that properly yet. Everything's subject to change, by the way. You know, this might be different. This might be completely changed at some point in the future, or it might just stay the same. But of course, if you consistently keep an eye on the commits, you get the idea. So, coops, collecting eggs, making cake and whatnot potentially in the future. We shall see. Throwing eggs at people. Interesting. Imagine that. You throw an egg at someone, it goes right in their face, and they have to wipe it off just to be able to see properly. I'm making a consideration there, Mr. Face Punch. Just put it out. Just point it out. And of course, bees. So one thing that's mentioned here, you can now cook honeycomb in a furnace to produce jars of honey quickly. Interesting. So jars of honey, that's been mentioned now. What are we going to do with honey? I know, you could probably make biofuel. Ooh, that might be cool. You might be able to put it in your tea and get some honey tea. Oh, yes. So most likely for food, but potentially more usages later on, and, well, we'll see. So keep an eye on the commits. Then over to here, triangle planter. I'm sure you're fully well aware of that already, along with the hopper. There's already videos out there that are showcasing this. Mr. Protox has come in clutch. Thank you very much, good sir. Keep an eye on him on the Twitter. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. So we've got the video showcasing the triangle planter right here. Give that a good look. It appears to only cost like, what, 2 tarp and 200 wood? I'll find out in a second. But yeah, you can. It appears you can only put down about 4 different plants. It does make great use of the space that you might have available inside your base. Very nice, very cool. And yeah, good look at that. Very nice. Enough room to plant 3 seeds. It said 200 wood and 2 tarp. So yeah, cool. Right then, so very nice, very helpful. Then we have the hopper, and he's made it. He's made himself a little trap here. So if anybody walks into the base, the hopper will just suck you in, and it will take away all the resources that you would have had on you or what of you. Yes. So basically, if you drop any items near a large box with a hopper or another deplorable, I'm guessing it will suck it in and it will add it to what's inside. You know. So a human, I'm guessing, because it's a dead body, it just sucks them up. You've got some human meat. And you probably have whatever else they had in them, maybe some bones and whatnot. Cool. So you can make some trap bases, and it will always clean it up. So the scene of the crime is never noticed, and other stupid, gullible people might just walk in. So I'm just saying. A nice, interesting thing that I'm sure a lot of people will be appreciating in the future. Thank you once again, Mr. Protox. All right, then. So that is basically everything that we needed to cover. Is there anything else that we can point out? Well, I mean, not really. I don't think there's anything else to even say, other than something perhaps we don't even need to talk about with Rust. So let me just quickly showcase the player count right now. Overall, you can see that the player count is starting to go down a fair bit. Still very good, mind you, but it is starting to go down. So February last year, the average player count was 82,000. The peak player count was 153,000. So far this year, the peak player count for February is 232,000, which is absolutely ridiculous. And the average player count is currently 116. I would be surprised if it probably drops down to maybe between 105 to 110. But, of course, the worst of it is expected to happen around March and April. You can see that with last year. Look how we went from 90,000 to 80,000. This is normal. This has happened many years in the past. It's a routine that keeps on happening. A routine thing that keeps on happening. But how low is it even going to go for this year? Is March and April only going to go down to about 100,000? I think it'll at least be 90. But I think 90,000 potentially will be our lowest average player count for the foreseeable future. Rust just keeps on growing. More and more updates, more and more people wanting to play, and, well, it keeps on growing, and that's cool. I'm not going to complain about that. So things are still looking very optimistic, but at the very least, for this year, we're expecting to go through the Easter dip. So Easter's just around the corner. I do believe it's like the 2nd or 3rd week of April, not too far away. But, yeah, let's just try and see if we've got a 2nd week of Valentines at the moment. Cool. All right, then. So what did you just allude to right there, as you just mentioned something that's technically not even to do with Rust? Well, I'm sure many of you are well aware that Facepunch is working on another game, s&box. Now, with s&box, technically it's actually out now. You can request a developer access and you can be able to play on it. It's basically, well, just give you some very brief explanation. You know what Roblox is? Yeah, that's what s&box is. And if you are well aware of what Gmod is, then yeah. So you know Gmod came before Roblox, and well, this is technically the spiritual successor, the spiritual sequel that is of Gmod. So Gmod was Source 1, this is Source 2. And, well, it looks like it's slowly getting there, but they've already added skins. Whilst it's still not technically out, there's already skins for this. So give that a good look. Give that a good look indeed. But here's the interesting thing. They already have limited skins. Certain skins that they have released are no longer going to be added ever again. Do you see this? The Christmas set right here. Santa 2024 hat, pants, and then, of course, you have like a torso, a jacket somewhere. We also have this hard hat as well. That right there was only available for like the first month when it was first introduced back in November. It must have been removed around some point in December or January. The cheapest listing is $1,500. But we've just found out that there is a brand new Valentine set. There you go. Yep, Valentine's bare head, $4.50. Valentine's bare top, $3.50. And the pants, $2.50. But that apparently is only going to be available until the end of February. And then it's gone. It's a 2025 set. Huh. So, of course, gentlemen, we're here to talk about Ruskins. But surely you might be a little bit curious now for what happens with this sandbox batch of skins. And if sandbox truly does kick off, like, let me just point this out to you. This is going to try and contend against Roblox. And I'm pretty sure, you know, there's going to be a fairly decent amount of people out of curiosity that are going to jump in on sandbox just to see what it's like. Just to see what's there. Because, of course, if you could get in early and you can, you know, the game does, like, become very, very popular. The people who make games within sandbox that, you know, have the, you know, the big games initially, they're going to get a lot of people playing them, and they potentially could get paid a lot. So I need to quickly go to Google, show you this, because I want to show you Sandbox blog. They are only right now in the process of beginning to implement skins properly. Now, I don't seem to have the blog. Give me a quick set. Oh, no. I think we got it right here. There we go. Right. So I have made a video discussing what they're planning to do and showcasing like the skins that are already out. But they have a method in which they're going to have an automated algorithm-based system where you receive money based on the amount of players playing your game inside Sandbox. Yes, you make games with Sandbox basically, but overall it's technically a game. Bit odd, but as I said, if you know what Roblox is, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But they have a solid plan in that the skins will fund how much people get paid. So we're going to start seeing a lot more skins potentially, and we're potentially going to be seeing some interesting skins being added but never being brought back ever again. So if this game really does kick off, if it really does become very, very popular, if you could get early now and start making some potential investments, it's up to you. Yeah, maybe it'll work out very nicely. And now we hop over to here and take a look at the hard hat. That right there, as I said, quite expensive already, because it was only available for like a month or two, when there was only about 100 or so people playing. As I scroll up, there you go. Now, reminding you, it's not technically out. I will have a video out this Saturday. It will explain all the details, and you should be prepared for that. But in that video, I didn't even know that this was coming out, this Valentine set. So, interesting. Yes, a potential brand new economy right here in Steam. In the past, we've had some notable ones like PUBG and H1Z1, but they made mistakes that caused problems, and now, look at them now. Rust turned out to become probably the next big economy compared to all the Valve games, Dota, TF2, Counter-Strike, of course. And I'm pretty sure Sandbox will follow the footsteps and potential success of Rust. And if it does really, really well and gets lots of people playing, you know, almost as much as Roblox will still be very, very insane, then, okay, these things right here, you might want to keep a lookout for this. So maybe I'll link this market page in the description so you can go see it all for yourself. But like I said, on Saturday, a video talking about Sandbox skins will be made, and that potentially might be introducing many people to all of that. Sounds good? Cool, right? So, yeah, best of luck to all of you then. Valentines, yippee. Oh, mate, I can't... Let me just quickly hop over to here very quickly. So I really got to get this point across. It's so itchy. I've had to tape that just so it wouldn't show off my nipple. But look at me. Look at me. My wings are itchy. My hair's itchy. This thing keeps rubbing them. But, you know, people put me to the task. They said, all right, if we do enough subscriptions, we'll make you wear this. And they subscribed to me enough. Oh, great, yippee. All right, then. So, thank you very much for watching me today. I greatly appreciate it. Let's keep an eye out. Let's see if we get Valentine's next week. And if not, all right, normal skins. Normal skin submissions are returning this weekend. And, of course, next Monday, I will be showcasing all of them in Rust, on stream, Look in the description. You'll see links to all my socials. You get the idea. So once again, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Catch you later and see you goodbye. And best of luck with date night tomorrow. Just point out.